Hello, salut, and konnichiwa, mis amigos, and welcome back to Overwatch. Today we'll be doing a little something different. I'm gonna go ahead and try to do a VOD review. My friends, who I usually play with, you probably recognize her name. She was playing some comp on stream earlier, and I decided to either help or flame her, whichever one really comes first. Not that I'm an expert or anything, but I saw on her stream and I saw she played a hero that I have relative experience with, so when we get to that, I'll be able to offer a little bit more. I'm going to check out the game and see how she does. So the first thing I would say is that her positioning's a little off, just because of how Ana plays. You'd probably want her, like, probably where the Zen is, just overlooking the choke. Maybe even where the Symmetra is, or just some kind of elevated position, but it's kind of just playstyle to playstyle for that.
This will help.
I would say that's definitely a premature on the nano grenade. A little too badly for Ana. Or at least this is a good position behind the shield. Just kind of a rough position for where she is overall. But she should definitely be with the Zenyatta for the most part, or at least near the Zenyatta. It's just kind of feeding into it though. A quick sleep, but they wake her up. Not much she can do about that. Yeah, just a bit of a rough positioning for her team in general. She's definitely too frontline currently. She needs to be playing more like where the Symmetra is. Right now she's unfortunately being aggro because of the D.Va. A bit too much, but you know, if that's how she plays, that's how she plays. Is she gonna live that? Oh, she might. What's her cooldowns at? Yeah, that probably needed to be more selfish with that grenade. Swap to Mercy. I wouldn't say they have too much damage to where Ana was a bad pick, but definitely the spatial awareness of the team is not great. There's no point in really playing this choke unless you're going to contest it, so kind of tough in that regard. Yeah, this is a bit too overextendy. Not really at least in my opinion, I don't know. Not a great place to hold.
Let me get you patched up.
Because obviously they have respawn ability and they can't really easily go around you. You're backing up into the grenade. I mean, not the grenade, the orb. So that's not great. She's not getting very protected by her tanks though, in general. And then this is just going to be straight up feeding at this point. I mean, I would say, at least from what I'm seeing currently, it's a little bit too frontline forward for this, and she's playing too far above. She could res her tank that died a while ago at this point. And it's just like too much frontline for a very squishy character without the amount of support that she needs to stay alive. But I don't know much. I mean, I know a decent amount about Mercy. I don't play her a lot, so it's kind of hard. Like, I would say that this positioning's terrible. It's a little bit better now that the Orisa's back, but like, not that you're pocketing a Mei, but you're on a Mei with one-shot capability just sitting right here. Not to mention well, I guess their Mercy's doing the same thing, except there's a shield right there. I guess your soldier's got high ground. I would be safer, I would say, to support him from up there.
I've got you in my sights.
Yeah, because she's just kind of... Yeah, she's just way too much ahead. Oh, okay, Ziana died to that. That's more so on this. Oh, she's just feeding. Yeah, that was more so a bad play on the Orisa. Not throwing her shield, because I guarantee if I go back... Yeah, she has shield right here. The fact that she just walks into the team. So what I would say out of this currently is that she definitely needs to take advantage of his wall riding idea of getting to point faster. Is just speed boost and wall ride, because you're going to get there faster wall riding than you are on the ground. Right there, she doesn't have pump up. Right now she's playing too far ahead for Lucio right here, unless you're going to be wall riding, so that you can get, because you're just a sitting duck down here for the most part. Because if you get focused, you're dead. But the good support by the Zenyatta controls this team fight. You definitely want to be like balancing your speed and healing. Like, you know you're at full health right now, so you should just be speeding for the most part. Can I also say, I do not like this skin. I'm more of a hippity hop, and then like the remix poison dart. That's kind of my main right now. I do not like this Lucio skin. It's just kind of weird to me. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, let's get back to this. See right here? They're pretty stationary. I know your team's like split. How do we get in this guy? A little, but you have enough. But a good idea on this one is your tank's with you. That's good enough. You can support her flying in there. This is a prime, like, just speed in scenario. Because at the very least, let's see how this plays out. Future King, I just realized that their comp is very bad before I mention anything else. There's just not enough support for her to stay alive. The Zenyatta is on the flank? Yeah. And it's just too much stationary. This. No one is paying attention to this Orisa. And this is not the play. I understand pushing the Orisa, but just walking into a hail of bullets is just not the play. And then she just dies, essentially feeds at that point. It's not worth it. It's mostly her trying to be a little too retroactive with the trying to take the point, but it's better to have the support than not. So you just gotta kind of play around your team, even if you're solo doloing it. And like right here, it's just too much ground, not enough wall. And it's just not the whole point of Lucio is to not be doing this. It's to be up in here, there, everywhere. And I understand she probably doesn't know how to play Lucio very much, or at least not to the same ability that maybe I could, but it's just kind of like, it's just a bad call to play Lucio like this. If you're gonna play like this, Maybe a Baptiste would be a little bit better. Or just to go with, obviously you see her name, just play Moira and be kind of like selfish and also selfless and just kind of support yourself. Because you can win this fight with proper Lucio play, to be honest, versus the 3 squishies, but it's just kind of like balancing it. She pulls out because she's super weak and then doesn't focus on enough healing. There was a mega that she could have just taken in that little side room back there. It's like not enough. Oh, let's just play this out real quick. Not enough selfish healing, too much selfless, and it's making her feed. Unfortunately, coming into this point against a attack visor wasn't a great idea, but you live and you learn. And it's just like not taking advantage of the speed boost and just walking on the ground. You're not going to move very fast. And just right here, there's no point in poking at it. The Farrah can, but there's no point in you poking at it. And once again, it's just a matter of not enough speed to healing juggling as Lucio. It's a bit, I'm not going to say it's high level to do that as Lucio, but it's a bit more to do it like that. Let's just fast forward this little bit. It's just more of the same. At least as far as Lucio play goes. Oh yeah, that's a lot of death just coming here at you. And this is was basically the last fight. So you weren't gonna get to point with anything. Oh, wait, hold on. There's actually a decent amount of healing and everything. Not. Oh, you did lose. Shit. Yeah.